Hello, everyone. Greyson Geiler here. I am the co-founder and the manager of the Goldrush Yield Fund. We put a presentation together for you today to talk about gold, what's changing in the gold world, and getting an income on it, even if you're using IRA or Roth IRA money. So do not consider this presentation to be financial advice. I know nothing about your personal financial situation. Our fund itself is available to accredited investors only. And I'm going to show you some charts, graphs, data that I deem to be accurate, but make no such guarantee as to the accuracy of it. So with that said, let's talk about gold. Historically, it has always been a portfolio essential. And what are the reasons for that? Well, it doesn't correlate to traditional assets. Stocks and bonds do what they do, and a lot of the time gold is marching to the beat of its own drummer. It's resilient during periods of market stress, so it is a safe haven that people will run to, and it's always been a protection against long-term currency debasement. Third world currencies are in a lot of trouble right now, and people in the first world are even worrying about it as well. So gold is essential. The entire world has reawakened to that. Central banks are buying a ton of it. So what are we going to do? Well, I wanted to talk about a yield on a gold allocation. So now private investors like you and me can lease and loan our gold out to precious metals businesses that need capital to run their business, and they would rather have it in terms of gold and silver rather than US dollars, and they pay a gold interest rate on it. Now, central banks, bullion banks for decades have leased and loaned their gold out, but that was on a one-off basis and a lot of opaque, not really sure what's going on transactions. This is from a standardized and transparent marketplace that has been running for more than a decade now. So these structures are allowing investors like you and me to earn an income in metal rather than dollars. Warren Buffett always complains that gold just sits in your closet and doesn't do anything. Well, that is no longer true. So investors can maintain a gold exposure, and you're increasing your holdings over time because you're earning more ounces. You can worry about the dollar value of that investment later down the road. Let's take a look at the history of what I'm talking about, an income on gold. I just cherry picked a 20-year time window, 20 years ago to the 1st of April here. Of course, I'm gonna show you the S&P 500. This is the total return, which is dividends reinvested, and that's pretty impressive. Over the last 20 years, $1,000 turns into $7,800. Pretty impressive. Maybe a little bit surprising how well gold has held up over the last 20 years to the S&P 500. Some parts of that 20 years better, some parts worse, ending in about the same spot. But the really compelling thing to look at is just getting an income in gold on your gold, and look at how these numbers can change. Rule of 72, 3.5%, a conservative interest rate over 20 years. You're going to have about twice the gold that you would have if it just was sitting in your closet. Now, of course, like I say, I just cherry picked 20 years. Here's some other time frames. After Nixon took us off the gold standard, 1972 to present, the compound annual growth rate of gold is about 8%. During that same time, the S&P is about 10%. But cherry picked 2000 to now, and the S&P is only 8%, and gold has been 11% compound annual growth rate since 2000. But again, that is gold without an interest rate on gold. So when you add a modest yield on top of your gold holdings over time, it can be really compelling. So that's what we've done with the Goldrush Yield Fund. We launched June of last year. Let's take a look at the performance, just a quick snapshot. The Goldrush Yield Fund is the broader line above. Just the price of gold as defined by the London fixed rate is down below. And not even a year in, our fund is running with gold, but above gold. We're getting an interest rate on gold and some silver, 6.17% performance, better than just the price of gold. This will continue, and we are expanding, and investors can use IRA monies. So think in terms of ounces rather than dollars when we're talking about an income on gold. You can worry about the dollar value of your stack of gold later. Just make sure that that stack of gold is getting bigger. And this allows you to maintain your exposure while you've got that income component. Because sometimes people don't want to come into the gold market and they don't want to buy because it's run up so far so fast. It's a lot less anxious when you're consistently earning an interest rate. Just if you're a stock trader and you buy a volatile stock, if it's got a consistent dividend income, it takes away a lot of your anxiety. So remember, this isn't financial engineering where our fund is writing put options, call options, anything like that, rolling futures contracts. No, we own the gold and silver. We're deploying this to profitable businesses. We are financing profitable businesses, and the income is earned in ounces. So we are accumulating additional metal. So this reframes the whole idea that Warren Buffett and some others have always talked about gold. Well, it sits and it doesn't do anything. And now it's really, it's quite obviously compelling when you're adding an income to your gold stack. So again, investors can use IRA and Roth IRA monies within the Goldrush Yield Fund, which I highly encourage because gold is not tax advantaged. But if it's in an IRA or Roth IRA, it doesn't matter how you earn the monies in those tax statuses of money, it's always taxed the same. Whether you're in bonds, stocks, dividends, gold, it doesn't matter. So I do encourage people coming in with IRA or Roth IRA money to the Goldrush Yield Fund. So that's the basics on it. Here's contact information. If you are interested in learning a little bit more, getting some more specifics about what the Goldrush Yield Fund is doing, please reach out. Here's our contact information. And I appreciate your time. We've got a lot of videos online talking about the different strategies and the different things going on in the precious metal world. So feel free to watch our other videos and reach out when you have time. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video.